Welcome to another episode of Do You Even Resonate? This is a show where I do actual message testing on actual websites using real people. And in this episode, we have this website called Qualified. So, random message test using Winter, targeting revenue marketers, business development leaders, B2B demand gen folks, people they're trying to sell to. And so, what did we find out? So, overall clarity is okayish, 3.9 out of 5, and demo interest is also above average, although could be better. And so in this episode, I'm going to show you key things that this website is getting wrong. It's getting many things right. Overall, it's a solid page. So let's start with what they could do better. So the main thing is, like, look at the size of this homepage. It's like section 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It keeps going. 10, 11 section. Like, nobody has ever read through all of it, even the person who wrote the page. So make it shorter. The thing is, like, if you try to say too many things, communicate too many things, you're really, it's fuzzy messaging. People are not sure what it's about. So really, and to me, this is a symptom of they don't really know what to say either. So let's just say all of it, right? Prioritization, messaging hierarchy. All right. So with that out of the way, let's look at this. Welcome to the Pipeline Cloud. Oh yeah, so great to be in the what now? All right, so maybe I'm stupid and everybody else is talking about the Pipeline Cloud. I go to Twitter. Who's talking about the Pipeline Cloud? There's actually nobody. Nobody's talking about Pipeline. On Twitter, there's not a single person talking about Pipeline Cloud. They must be talking about it on LinkedIn. Sure, I go to LinkedIn. Oh, okay, this is a qualified employee. Nobody talks about the Pipeline Cloud other than qualified employees. Surely their customers must know, like, all about it. So I go to G2 to look, like, whether the customers are talking about Pipeline Cloud. Maybe they're pipeline clouding all day long. And look at that. Nobody is pipeline clouding all day long. So I understand they spent a bunch of money and whatever, hired narrative consultants and, their keynotes. They're all in with where the pipeline cloud, but really, that's no clarity. That's nothing compelling. It adds nothing other than confusion. So if I look at the above the fold results, what are people thinking about it? People like, what is pipeline cloud, or what is pipeline cloud, or and so on and so forth. So that's fine to have that story about pipeline cloud, but don't lead with it, because it hurts. It doesn't help your story. All right, so second thing is this subhead. So it's too long. It's trying to say too many things. If you put it into readability thing, like Hemingway absence, is very hard to read, and it is. Like, as a human being, just try reading it, and it's like, again, too many commas. And this sentence is saying like 4 things. No, you gotta simplify. Also, so after reading this, people are not even. But what is it, right? And look at this imagery. Like, they have a lot of stuff going on here. And the way they want you to read is, you look at left, oh, Bethany is coming. And then I guess this is Bethany. And then there's chatting. But that's not how people consume it. And they're looking at only the right side moving things, and the rest of it doesn't make sense. And also faces, super powerful. People cannot help but look at faces. And so it detracts from everything else. My recommendation, just dramatically simplify this imagery, get rid of Bethany, and just show a graph. So how this Bethany high intent is like becoming one thing. There's too much going on, lack of focus. People don't know where to look, right? It's a big thing. So, and also their main differentiation from drift. Also, a lot of people asking me, how is this different from drift? Which they don't mention. They're pretending they're the only one in the world doing what they're doing. Now, I did go to G2 and read, like, how many of their customers are mentioning drift. 20 reviews, and a lot of good things that you can use this voice of the customer data on what to say instead. All right, and one of the key things is that they have a whole page where they're like kind of hinting subtly about why I choose them, even though I think they need to be much more direct than this. This is like walking over around a hot plate or something. They're just too timid. What I would use this purpose built for Salesforce thing. Like they actually, this is one of their key messages that they are for Salesforce. Yet above the fold, they don't say it. They don't say it. Instead, what they do is they have this whole section about Salesforce, and this section bombs. People are like, what is it? What am I looking at? And if you look at it, it's so much going on. I don't know what to look at here, what to focus on. What do I make of it? What am I even seeing here? It's just way too much. This is like, yes, this might exist somewhere in the product subpage somewhere here, not on the homepage. You could just say purpose built for Salesforce, boom. So I like made there above the fold just much more condensed. No more pipeline cloud. That's somewhere on the story page, because really you're telling your story on social media, not your website. Simplify the subhead, purpose built for Salesforce. I also kind of removed the picture just to see what it looks like. I think it looks cleaner, but I think the visual would help clarify what this thing is. And so get rid of this section at all. Built for Salesforce, this one line would replace the whole this section. Doesn't need to be on the homepage. And now the next sections that they have, engage VIP visitors, and then basically it's like how you chat, and then how do we know that this is a VIP, right? And now they say, oh, we're on Salesforce. Why? Like, why now? And now it's like, oh, outbound. It's for outbound visitor. It's the same section as the high intent. And then it's, oh, we're also for PPC, and like merge these three sections into single one. People are losing interest because it's the same thing repeated all over again. You have different use case pages, you have different solutions pages. You could merge all these sections into a single thing, and you can say you can tailor it by this, and this. It's too much, because it's like you don't know what really matters about this page. Yeah, and so that's kind of the key things here. It's like, oh, and one more thing about the proof. So they have this proof here, like impressive statistics, quantified numbers. Now, my experience with the message testing is that people believe all of these numbers, even if they're made up. I'm not saying they are made up, but instead of these logos here, everybody has great logos, put these impressive numbers here, because there's a lot of skepticism, like, do chatbots even work these days? So you can combat this friction, this counter argument right out the gate. All right, this was fun. Peace. I'll catch you next time.